lesson, definitely the thing I remember the most from the program was going through the DISC profile.
The DISC profile.
Definitely like the DISC profile.
I think one of my favorite parts is definitely the personality test, because it was like some of the most comprehensive ones I've ever taken, and everyone I've taken since then has given me basically the same thing, so I'm like, oh, I didn't know this from my apprenticeship.
We took surveys to show what part of a leader we are. And as I was taking them, I was finding little by little, the little things I do that I don't pay attention or notice, that is something that's making me become a bigger leader and a leader that I want to become.
Which it was like dominance, influence, steadiness, and conscientiousness. And I think that's my favorite part because it really it was very accurate with the people in the room and especially myself.
Learning about the different types of personalities that people have and how each person can be a leader, and evaluating all the characteristics of leaders and figuring out each person can have one or two or all of those characteristics.
Being able to learn about myself and different ways that I operate in certain situations and my strengths and weaknesses, and be able to always keep that in mind through different stages and situations that I've been in.
My favorite lesson was probably the one about body image, which I think a lot of people in our session said that they liked that one a lot, just because I thought it was really interesting.
Learning about the beauty in different cultures and stuff, and just learning how what some people might think is kind of weird to other people is super beautiful, the most beautiful thing. And that was really interesting, just to see how society kind of makes it seem like there's only one type of beauty and there's just so many.
One of the biggest things was learning how to be mindful of a lot of different areas of my life, like time management and decision making, and making the value statements is really important. Being able to think back and say, is this how I want to spend my time, depending on what I want for myself.
Definitely stuff we talked about mentoring at one point near the end, and that's always kind of stuck with me. So now every time I meet an older woman in a field I want to go into, I'm like, I should make friends with them because they can help me.
I think what I learned from Flourish is just how to be yourself.
It definitely made me more confident as a leader. I feel like I've talked about this 3 times now.
Going through the program and learning how to be more confident in myself and just know myself and my own personality better, and learn my values and where I want to invest my time has been given me a better compass for where I want to use my talents.
Yeah, it definitely did. Especially going into the volleyball team, in Flourish, we talked a lot about leadership styles and how to be an effective leader, and that helped me going into volleyball because now I'm in a leadership position because I'm a senior, and I feel like I know what I'm doing instead of just being thrown into something, and I feel like knowing some of the things that you told us makes me more confident in turn.
It definitely has, what I was talking about earlier, just when we evaluated the characteristics of a leader, I was just realizing that, oh, I do have some of those characteristics and that I can be a leader, even if maybe you're a little bit shy or maybe you feel like you're not fit to be a leader. I feel like the program definitely helped me to learn that I can be a leader, and it made me more confident.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I definitely think they should.
Yeah, definitely.
I think other girls should, because for me, I come from a different background, so everyone comes from backgrounds where they have these guards. I have a guard that I don't let down, but Blossom has let me let it down to let other people know what's going on with me, and to be able to share things that I've gone through and let me know that I won't be judged by the girls around me.
In middle school and high school years, that's such an emotionally vulnerable time, and so it's really nice to be able to be heavily invested in over the course of a few months when you're at that stage in your life.
I think that the things you talk about in that program aren't things that everyone always thinks about. It's helpful to, you might have never thought about something that way before.
I think people should definitely do this. I had a really fun time. I still follow the people in my group on Instagram. So it was really good with like forming some friendships with people who weren't at my school, meeting people who I don't normally would ever interact with, as well as seeing and learn just a lot about who I am as a person.
A lot of the girls who come to the program that I participated in were all from like different backgrounds and all a little bit culturally different. And I feel like it's something that kind of brings us all together, and we're all learning the same things, and we're all sharing our own ideas of like what's beautiful or what's a leader. And I feel like it's nice to like learn from different people.
It's something that you don't really think you really need it until you do it, because we learned about like all our strengths and weaknesses, and like I said before, like relationships, friendships, and all that stuff. And I think those are essential things you need to like know in your life, to know about yourself more as a person. And like once you have a better understanding of like who you are and like how to deal with situations, it'll like benefit you in your life. So I think it's something that is like beneficial, even if like coming into it or like not doing it, you're like, oh, it's just like a leadership thing. It's more than that. So I think it's really important for people to do it.